You've heard me say systems change everything, but maybe you're thinking, that's great for someone else. My situation, well, it's different. Well, guess what? These restaurant owners thought the same thing, and today I'm going to tell you what happened when they said enough and actually did the work. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 real stories of restaurant pros who stopped firefighting, started leading, and used systems to turn things around. Different backgrounds, different challenges, one common result: freedom and profitability. Hey there, Restaurant Pro. This is Dave Scott Peters, restaurant expert, coach, and creator of the Restaurant Prosperity Formula. Today, I want to inspire you with, real success stories from the restaurant trenches. Stories of people just like you who took control, built systems, and found their version of restaurant prosperity. The first story is Jonathan. His story is about growing without losing control. See, Jonathan, when we first met and he came on as a member, had a restaurant that was really crushing it, doing extremely well. And he's somebody who said, I want to see another opportunity. I want to open a new restaurant. But in his current restaurant, he basically had no managers. His wife was his best manager. And quite frankly, when we first met, she was pregnant and was going to have to leave the restaurant. So in order to make that restaurant solid, run without them, and be able to scale up to open that second location, he needed to add managers. At the same time, he knew that the new location, he wanted to focus on alcohol sales as well to increase the potential sales in that location, something that really wasn't as familiar with them in their current one. So he went from no managers running his first store to adding a full management team in place, putting systems in place to allow it that, the restaurant ran without him being there, especially knowing his wife went on maternity. But he also had this second location in his sights where he knew alcohol would mean extra sales, like I said. So Jonathan took the risk. As an entrepreneur, he was fire ready at aim. He designed that new store with the bar in mind, with greater seating, more polish to it, expecting to do dynamite sales because he had a great reputation in his first location. And he added managers, more managers. Now, expansion like that could easily blow up in somebody's face, but not Jonathan's. Why? Because he implemented systems before the chaos could actually hit. He set his team up for success and approaching growth with a plan instead of panic. Lesson: systems aren't just for fixing problems. They're how you scale without losing your mind. How about story number 2, Ryan and Neely? We're going to talk about how they handle 1,000-mile-per-hour summers. Just go, 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 because they're in a summer resort town. See, Ryan and Neely run a seasonal beast of a restaurant in Ocean City, Maryland. And I should say, over the years, they've had multiple restaurants. Currently, I believe 2 locations, a food truck, catering business. It's crazy. And every summer, it goes from 0, almost no winter residents, to exploding to hundreds of thousands of people on the island. So they go from 0 to 1,000 miles per hour, literally overnight. When that happens, they don't panic. They have systems in place for when the shit really hits the fan. They have systems in place that allow them to handle the volume without having to be on the schedule. They have trained managers who buy into their why, their core values, and the systems that were put in place. They're not stressed. There's no chaos. There's no breakdowns because they built systems that absorb the volume before summer that wave hits them. Lesson: flexibility. Flexibility doesn't come from flying by the seat of your pants. It comes from structure. Oh, and did I mention that Ryan is now a solutions coach for me, all while running his restaurants? Story number 3 is about Todd. Todd's a new member. And this is what happens when you scale without systems. Now let me flip the script a little bit. Todd opened his 3rd franchise wing location. So whatever the concept is, know that wings are primary, with his business partner, who is a seasoned pro. Like everything I've not met him yet, but everything I've heard about him is this guy knows how to run a restaurant. But here's the problem. While there are some systems that were provided in the franchise system its place, right? There were no systems in place for running the restaurants with managers who could be independent. See, his operating partner has to be involved in everything. His partners, technically right now, he's burned out. Payroll has ballooned, and his management broke down. Today, Todd was left picking up the pieces while debating if he should walk away from the entire thing. This wasn't a failure of effort. It was a failure of preparation. Lesson? You don't rise to the level of your hustle. You fall to the level of your systems. See, there's no one size fits all in this business. But the restaurant pros who win, they all have one thing in common. They stop trying to do it all themselves, and they start building businesses that run on systems, not chaos. The result? More profit, more freedom, and a hell of a lot less stress. So if you've been stuck in survival mode, let these stories remind you it doesn't have to stay that way. Be sure to join me live every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time on YouTube, travel schedule permitting, where I'll get you pumped about the upcoming weekend, get you excited about crushing your goals and finding the motivation to be best you possible. Plus, I'll answer your burning questions live.